God has given us over 8,000 promises to experience him in our lives. It's not just sufficient for us to read and hear about other people's experiences. We have to read and want to experience God for ourselves. See, most of the promises are within our reach. You can claim and experience your victory. The victory is already yours, but you've got to lay hold of your promises and claim them in your experience. Place your feet firmly on the promises of God, believing that what he says is exactly what he will accomplish in your lives. Of course, there is a process involved that we have to cooperate with God in order to experience the victory that is already yours. There are many challenges we go through which often cause us to hang our heads in discouragement, insecurity, shame, and sometimes causes us to fear. Last week we read about Gideon going into the Midianite army. In fact, God woke him up and told him to take one of his men with him to the Midianite camp because, as you know, they had camped and were waiting to face the army. But of course, Gideon was full of fear. Again, Gideon having forgotten what God had said to him earlier. So he goes into the camp and he hears the Midianites speak about the God of Gideon. That ignites courage in him and he comes down. He goes back into his camp. And of course, we know they gain victory. But of course, again, God takes him through a process that he wouldn't think that is because of his might that victory was won. See, unless you overhear and understand what the enemy thinks of you when he sees you coming, you could be living a life of fear just like Gideon. You could be living a life of defeat. Even if you don't believe what the word of God says about you, the enemy does.